Jai Gurudev. Today we are honored to have an insightful conversation with an art of living expert and an officer from the Vedic Dharma Sansthan. We will delve into the essence of a profound tweet by His Holiness Gurudev Shri Shri Ravi Shankar Ji. When we get closer to the self, our actions become powerful in the world, and right action in the world brings us closer to the self. Let's explore the deeper meanings behind the thought. Thank you for joining us today. Jai Gurudev, yes. It's a pleasure to be here and share the wisdom of Gurudev with everyone. The tweet of Gurudev is packed with deep spiritual insights, and I'm excited to explore it. To begin with, could you shed light on what Gurudev means by getting closer to the self, and how does one begin this journey? Absolutely. The self in this context refers to the innermost essence of our being, the pure consciousness that transcends the layers of mind, body, and ego. As per ancient wisdom, especially from texts like the Upanishads and the Bhagavad Gita, the self is the true source of peace, joy, and wisdom. The journey to the self begins with self awareness through meditation, pranayama, breath work, and spiritual practices like Sudarshan Kriya. We quiet the mind and detach from external distractions. This inward journey connects us with our real nature, ourself. I would add that the Vedic tradition emphasizes that knowing the self is the ultimate goal of life, or Atmajnana. All our scriptures from the Vedas to the Yoga Vasistha speak of this realization as the highest attainment. When we are aligned with the self, our thoughts and actions naturally become more aligned with the universal flow, making them powerful and purposeful. That is fascinating. Gurudev also mentions that getting closer to the self makes our actions powerful in the world. Can you explain how this connection works? When we are closer to the self, we operate from a space of inner clarity, peace, and alignment with the laws of nature. This reduces the mental noise and allows us to act with greater conviction and efficiency. Such actions are not driven by ego or insecurity, but by a deeper sense of purpose. When the mind is settled and in sync with the self, every action becomes powerful because it's free from hesitation and doubt. Yes, and this principle resonates with what our ancient texts teach. Take, for example, the concept of Nishkam Karma from the Bhagavad Gita, acting without attachment to the results. This level of detachment is possible when one is centered in the self. When you act from this space of awareness, your actions carry immense energy because they are in harmony with Dharma or the natural order. Such actions naturally bring about powerful results in the world. It seems like there is a beautiful interplay between action in the world and closeness to the self. Could you expand on Gurudev's statement that right action in the world brings us closer to the self? Yes, that's a very important point. While inward practices help us connect with the self, outward actions done with awareness and selflessness also enhance this connection. When we perform actions with a sense of service, compassion, and mindfulness, we naturally start dissolving the ego. This purification process brings us closer to the self because we start recognizing that our actions are part of a larger cosmic play. Gurudev often emphasizes that being in service to others and contributing positively to society is a spiritual practice in itself. This is beautifully aligned with the teachings of the Vedas. The idea is that every action, when done with the right intention and mindfulness, becomes a path to self realization. Our ancient sages performed great acts of service and contributed to the world, but they were deeply rooted in their spiritual practices. The balance between action in the world and contemplation of the self is key in the Vedic way of life. Can you share some examples from Gurudev's teachings or the Vedic texts where this balance is illustrated? One of the best examples is Gurudev's own life. His entire mission with the art of living is a reflection of how being close to the self leads to powerful positive action in the world. Despite managing an organization that touches millions of lives, he remains deeply connected to the self, effortlessly blending service with spirituality. He encourages all of us to be active in the world yet remain rooted in meditation and wisdom. From the scriptures, the life of King Janaka comes to mind. He was a great king, yet a realized being who remained unaffected by worldly pressures. He ruled his kingdom with wisdom and detachment, showing that one can be fully engaged in worldly duties while remaining spiritually elevated. This is the essence of Karma Yoga, acting in the world without losing touch with the self. It's truly enlightening to see how these timeless principles are relevant today. In conclusion, how can individuals in modern times practically apply Gurudev's teaching to become closer to the self while also enhancing their actions in the world? The first step is to integrate a daily practice of meditation and breath work into your life. This helps to calm the mind and make the connection with the self more tangible. Along with this, cultivating an attitude of service, compassion, and mindfulness in daily actions ensures that our work in the world is powerful and fulfilling. Gurudev always reminds us to find balance, engage fully in life's duties, but never forget your connection to the self through regular spiritual practices. I would also suggest that people should study and reflect on spiritual texts. Reading scriptures like the Bhagavad Gita or the Yoga Vasista under the guidance of a teacher can offer practical wisdom on how to live in the world while remaining anchored in the self. Regular satsang and staying connected to a community of spiritual seekers also provide strength for the journey. Thank you both for these profound insights. It's clear that Gurudev's message holds immense relevance for all of us, regardless of our roles in life. Understanding how we can align our actions with the self is truly transformative. Thank you for having us. It's always a joy to discuss Gurudev's wisdom and the timeless teachings of the Vedas. We hope this conversation inspires many to embark on the journey to the self, Jai Gurudev.